So I saw the first episode of Persona 4 anime, and it's awesome, man. It is very sweet. I love it. It's awesome. So this is the first impression on Persona 4 the anime based off the first episode, and you probably got my reaction in the first 10 seconds. But there are some differences in the first episode from the game. Let me tell you first, the animation, wow. It is movie quality. It is beautiful. It is very smooth. The characters, they don't look weird or anything. They look as they looked in the game. I'm talking about the cutscenes in the game. They really look alike. I love that. Some of the things also I saw in the anime was that they were using some of the music from the game, and there are some new pieces also, which is a brilliant move. I love Persona 4 OST, and it is very unique, so I'm really happy to see it put in use in the anime. Now, the anime story, I won't say it's different, but there are some differences here and there, and it is not rushed. It is timed perfectly. It is going faster than the game pace because, well, you play and you check things around, but since it's an anime, you don't have all that part, so it just feels like you're faster. And there's some really fun stuff that made me laugh when I was watching it. Like when you are going to the next day, remember in the game, they would go, from example, from 11 to 12, you would go through this black screen and the numbers and the month appears down. They do that. They kept that part. That was hilarious. Like when the events of the day finishes, you move on to the next day. They bring that screen and they move the day from the previous day to the next one. Hilarious. And in the middle, like in the breaks between the anime, they brings you the status of the character. You know, they have that big hexagon where he's like considering, understanding, and all that stuff. At this point, our main character, he doesn't have any sort of points. He's kind of quiet, so I guess he hasn't really raised his understanding and well, all that kind of stuff that we spend a lot of time trying to raise by spending a lot of social links. So yeah, it's kind of hilarious actually, but you know what is really awesome about this anime? The main character, he speaks. Oh my god, I finally heard his voice. But he speaks. Wow. Never saw that coming, right? I'm just kidding. Now, the story in the anime, of course, is going to be a little different from the game. Because in the game, well, if you want to complete the whole thing, you need to spend more than 100 hours raising your social links and doing all that fun stuff. But in the anime, they are going according to the main storyline, also hanging around with friends. Now, I don't know if you have seen the trailer or not, but they have brought some of the people that our main character used to hang around with from the sports clubs and other bunch of clubs, you know, the side characters like the drama club and all that fun stuff. So there will be a part, I'm sure of it, where he will hang around not just with the main characters, but also with the characters of the social links. I also like something about the anime is that you see, like, when a character is feeling down, usually there's these things that goes in their head, or when they're feeling a little awkward, they have that little drop of awkwardness. They kind of kept that. They kind of kept that hilarious little parts in which they react in the situations in the game. They kept that little bit, that little funny effect. Okay, summary of episode 1. First, you'll get introduced to Igor, and there you'll go to the Velvet Room saying, "Welcome to the Velvet Room," and all that fun stuff. Our character, his name is Yu Narukami. He goes to meet his uncle. He settles himself in the home, in his new home in Inaba. He goes to school next day. He meets up with Chie, Yukiko, and Yosuke. And Yosuke invites him because he's like the new kid, so he invites him on some beefsteaks. She comes in, they hang around, they talk about the Midnight Channel, they try it out. Yu gets sucked into a small TV, but it was too small for him to get in. Next day they meet, they talk about it. Yosuke makes a joke about what if the TV was big enough for you to fit. They go to Junes to try out the bigger TV, and they get sucked into the TV. They meet Teddy there, and while the three of them is inside the TV world, Yu summons Izanagi, his first persona, while Chie is there from the first time that they went to the TV world without going to the shopping district like the game. So the direction is a little bit different. Now you see the episode, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Next episode will be probably Yosuke facing his own shadow. It's not a spoiler or anything, it was up in the preview of the next episode. But it's just a summary. Now go check the whole episode out and you'll like it. For you guys who are not familiar with Persona 4, because I know a lot of people said, I don't know anything about Persona 4, should I see like the previous Personas? Just so you know, Persona is a game, and like Final Fantasy, every game has its own number, and the number is like the number of the story. It has its own story, it has its own characters. Persona 4 is like that. And if you're not familiar with anything about the Shin Megami Tensei series in general, or the Persona series, which is a sub-series from the Shin Megami Tensei, it's cool. Just go and check the anime out. You're gonna like it a lot. It is incredible. I liked it a lot. It has the OST of the game, new mixes, and the opening. I'm hoping that they're going to keep the same opening from the PS2 game, which is My True Self. And there was a new ending that was announced in July. The new song that people talked about, they thought it was the new opening, but it's not. It's the new ending. So I hope that they're going to do some new animations for My True Self song. And well, the ending is just a bunch of recap of the whole episode in sort of the minute and a half of the ending song. But I gotta say, I liked it a lot. For people who are familiar with Persona 4, yep, it is really interesting, but it feels like you're seeing something a little bit different from the game, which I think is brilliant, because if they did the same exact thing in the game, it would be boring, because you're expecting everything that's going to happen. But like this, it will feel different and fresh. It's great for also people who are not familiar with the series. It's my recommended. You gotta watch the anime of the season. The next 25 episodes is gonna be amazing. Persona 4 rocks, and it's the best in the whole full season in my opinion. Even there's a lot of strong animes this season, but for me it's best in story, in animation, and in OST. I'm a big Persona fan, so well, of course I'm biased to the series, but Persona 4 rocks. It's awesome, it's hilarious, and lots of fun. My first impression, it's going to rock. So that's it. I'll see you in another video, but you better go and watch Persona 4. Bye guys, see you later.